Welcome back to the AGP slot. In this video, we're still working on getting everything up and running. I managed to fix basically all of the rendering issues, and that's what I've been working on for the past like 3 to 4 days. As you can see, I'm still working on it. I had it fill in most of the gaps and then build it, test it, fill in more gaps, and just do that like 10 times. And it seems to be working pretty well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you my progress. Now just ignore this rectangle here. That's whatever it's currently working on. So as you can see, skybox is almost fixed. There probably has to be like some weird blending thing it has to do at the tops, but the order is correct, it seems. I don't think it's really out of place maybe, but definitely needs a little bit of work. And yeah, all the lighting looks pretty good. Yes. So whatever it's working on is probably like attempting to fix some of the stuff. As you can see, there's like a couple errors in the background. Yeah, we got the helicopter working. Glass seems to be working okay. There's like some weird transparency thing going on here, which I wasn't able to fix because there's also a refrigerator. I'll see, it just fixed that bug, by the way. This is the debug one that's running. So yeah, there's a fridge down here somewhere at like the original spawn point. And yeah, it has like this weird glass reflection glitch thing. I tried to get it to fix it. I spent like probably an entire day on it, and yeah, that's like the best I could do for now. Eventually, I will get that fixed. It's just a matter of time. So yeah, let's see what it's doing now. I assume it fixed that slight issue. Yeah, it looks like it's about done. Okay. So that test pattern or whatever is gone. So glass is working, transparent, all that. Still like some weird white texture on top here. I know in the game you can shoot these glass panels out, and this front here is supposed to be green, I believe. So yeah, a little bit more work to do, but the basic map and all that seems to work pretty well. Yeah, a couple little weird issues. I don't know if these are supposed to be like reflective and then something's not drawing correctly. Like you can see that it's kind of clipping something, I guess. I don't know, but we're making some progress. So now it's working on the next thing. Basically, this just takes a very long time to actually finish. Each step and each new plan that I have it make takes another like 40 minutes to an hour. So progress is a little bit too slow, unfortunately. Because I would have loved to just get this thing out in like a week. That'd be awesome. But I mean, if it takes like a month or something, that's totally fine. So one thing I wanted to say about Claude is I changed the model from high thinking to medium. High was taking forever, so I kind of just gave up on that, and it recommended medium when I booted it up one day, so I switched over to that. And it seems to be a little bit better than the low thinking. And what I also did is I changed the haiku model over to sonnet. So whenever it does like a search through your text to like compact and all that, it would normally use haiku. And haiku's not really the best. It's a lot faster, but sonnet does a pretty good job with like the compacting and all that. So I switched it over to sonnet. I saw that post on X and decided to just do that because I'm on the $200 plan, so I might as well, you know, try and get the best model out of it, the best compaction possible, because I noticed it is like about to finish something and then it has to compact, and if the compaction is not good enough, then it doesn't know exactly what it needs to do next. So this is just going to be a little bit more accurate. So it takes a little bit more time each compact, but definitely worth it, especially if you're on that high plan. But anyway, just want to give a little update as well. And I think what I'm going to do for the rest of this video is try and get something else working. Like I want to get, UI working like I said before. So when you load up, it does that whole like multiplayer sequence where you can select your character and set your name and stuff like that. So once this is done, whatever it's doing, gonna work on that unless there's something else in the plan that is actually really important. And we're just gonna go from there. So I'll see you back whenever this is done. Okay, it's been a couple hours and I noticed there are some big issues with the map rendering. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you what's going on here. So I had it test a bunch of maps and they seemed to load okay, but there was a lot of problems. So as you can see here, these trees here, I don't know what is going on with this like white texture outline thing. And then this Humvee also has a similar issue. Rooftops have issues. And there's some weird clipping with these like windows. But for the most part, yes, it is working. It is rendering correctly. But there's these little issues that need to get fixed before I can really do anything. So before the last cut there, I did have it start working on the plan again. Like whatever was next in the plan itself. And then I realized, well, maybe I should test some maps to make sure things are actually working right. And yeah, so most of them had similar issues to this. So now what I'm doing is I'm having it fill in some more gaps. It said there were already like missing things in the plan that it didn't finish. So it's just taking a very, very, very long time. And now it's just working on drawer 1 texture stuff. I told everything, or I said everything up here that was wrong with it, and then it found some issues. So this Humvee rotation, I guess it's some issue with like the pitch and roll, and only the yaw is working, which is kind of weird to like leave out. So it does like the basic stuff, and then you have to go in and fix all these minor details. Yeah, same with these, like, the tree and bush stuff. I just don't know why it's putting this white outline texture thing there, It's really weird. I don't know much about game engines or how rendering works or how textures get applied to surfaces, stuff like that. So yeah, basically all up to the AI to figure everything out. So yeah, just a little quick update here. I don't know what exactly this video is gonna be about. It might just be like clips of me going through each section, and as I progress and get more things added and working, I just show you what's going on, what I had to do to fix it, and things are going wrong and things are going right, stuff like that. So yeah, still working on rendering. I think I really need to keep working on getting all the maps looking perfectly, because then that'll fix a lot of my issues that I'm having. And then once that's done, I think I'll just let it keep fleshing the plan out more and adding things, fixing things, whatever else. Basically get it into a working state for the most part, and then try and polish it up. And then I can do stuff like maybe some tessellation on some of these textures, if that's a thing that I can do. So like, I know there's some like rendering techniques you can do to flat textures like this to make them like pop out more and make it look like an actual wall, not just like a flat object. And obviously lighting would be cool. And I mean, as you can see right now, this looks pretty decent. It looks a little dark compared to the original game, but that could just be because there's no skybox, right? Like there's supposed to be a sun up here somewhere, and that brightens up the map a lot. But for right now, shadows are working pretty well. They seem accurate. I guess that's just in the BSP file or whatever. Probably end up coming back tomorrow or in a couple of days when I get more things fixed. But for now, just working on the maps. That's going to be the main thing. Make sure all the textures work. No rendering bugs, things like that. And go on from there. So I'll see you probably in a day in the same video, but it'll be instant for you. Okay, it's the next day again. So last night I think I left off with there being some rendering issues still with some of the maps, like Jor 1 and a little bit of Shop. So what I tried to do was get all of that fixed up last night, but I was still having issues. I'm running into the same issue I had before where it would say it fixed it, it tests everything, and then I go in game and look and there's still like a white shader there, or the trees are like glitchy. So I'm not really sure what it's doing or how it's testing to fix these things, because something is definitely not right. But anyway, I came back today, realized everything was taking like an hour to actually like finish whatever it was implementing. So what I ended up doing was creating work trees with Git, and that allows it to work on different things at the same time. So I made 3 work trees, and then I ran 3 separate Claude code instances with different individual plans, and then I had it execute those from different instances. So that sped things up a little bit. I still had to tell it to continue working and finding gaps after it already finished, and it found more gaps. So it's like you have to do that about 20 times for it to fix everything and get everything working. And I'm sure there's still things that it's missing and are not functioning right. So I did that, and I also set up dist cc on multiple systems. So when this is compiling on 6 cores on 3 Claude code instances, it's gonna max out the CPU and never actually finish anything. So I put it on my desktop upstairs and the server that's right next to me, and now it has more than 32 cores to actually do work, and that helps a little bit. It wasn't too hard to set up either, so that's pretty convenient. I can definitely use that in the future. So anyway, what I had to do was test 18 multiplayer maps, and this is what it came up with, by the way, for the plans. I didn't actually tell it to do this stuff. I was like, make 3 work trees and figure out what needs to be done. So it did that. It confirmed somehow and did like different tests with camera positions, and it said it looked fine. So yeah, I'm sure it was just staring at a blank wall like most of the time, so we'll see about that soon. And then visual polish, so like bloom, clouds, light map, I guess mod API stuff too, and then game modes lastly. I guess these were not implemented at all, and it was just doing like deathmatch to start with. So yeah, did all that stuff in these different instances here. As you can see, it took a bunch of screenshots, tested things, and then I merged that back in. And then this is the game mode stuff, I believe, like bomb planting and whatnot. And I ran this a couple times, and it kept finding more stuff. And eventually I just said, screw it, I'm just gonna merge it back. And wait, let me see. Yeah, that was definitely like some HUD stuff and the game modes. So then this is just polish. So this did the clouds and whatnot, fog, bloom, and all the tests pass. So yeah, I ran that a couple times as well. Each time it finds new stuff that it needs to do. And I was trying to do Ralph, I think last night as well, but I don't know, it would still do the same thing. Like it would still do basically what I just described. It would implement stuff, and then it wouldn't loop with the same prompt message. So I don't know, I think I'm using it wrong, or something's not set up right. So yeah, most things are done. I guess what I'll do now is just tell it to build it, and then I'll run it myself to walk around and try different maps and things. Alright, now I don't know if this is a missing texture or not on that ceiling there. And then we're still missing a texture here, so it didn't fix that at all. This like barricade thing had a white, I think it said it was like an alpha blend thing that it had to fix. So that's fixed, but we're still missing some textures on some of this stuff, and there's still clipping issues. So yeah, I mean, I told it to fix things, and it like doesn't do anything. Oh, these umbrellas are fixed. Hey, that's nice. So yeah, that's good. But yeah, there's missing textures here all over the place on shop. I mean, some things are definitely better. Alright, let's try drawer 1. Drawer 1 had a lot of issues. Okay, yeah, still missing a whole bunch of textures, as you can see. Trees are good now. That's good, because I was having a lot of problems. Okay, Humvee looks good, and you got some cool fog fade out, but that... I don't know if that's like representative of the original game or not. I can't remember if that Humvee disappeared like that. I don't think it did, but that's something minor. It's just a fog thing, I guess. So it definitely fixed a few things. The skybox looks good. I think there's supposed to be a sun somewhere, because it's not supposed to be this dark. Rooftops still screwed up. Let me check bushes. Yeah, these look perfect now. No issues there. So for the most part, I feel like it did actually fix a lot of things, which is good. So now I need to get to work on these rooftops. And that will probably fix shop as well. So let's try shop 2. I'm just gonna try a bunch of ones that I remember. Okay, that's possibly a dynamic light. Not sure exactly. Okay, that bench is missing stuff. Lights have issues. Okay, that looks good though. I never looked at that, so I'm not sure if it was ever an issue or not. Okay, this is probably just a lighting issue. So there's probably supposed to be some kind of dynamic light, and it's not implemented yet, so it's just a little square. And glass is just weird. It has this like shimmering effect like that. So you can see it's not an issue here at this normal wall texture, but on glass, I have no idea. Like, I don't know how to describe that. It's a shimmering, weird, laggy effect, and I don't know how you tell the AI that. I guess I could just tell it there's an issue with glass? I don't know. So yeah, lighting still needs some work. Some textures missing. If I could get it to fix the rooftops, I do think it'll fix these things. Because they're not, like, major, I guess. It's not like all the textures are gone or something. It's just a couple that it can probably debug. Alright, let's do cam 4 first, and then we'll do cam 5. Okay. So just lighting issues. Probably some textures. Yeah, skybox definitely needs some work. Because it looks like a box. It's not blended correctly, or... I don't know if it's a blending issue, or... the order of the images or something is messed up. And then probably missing the actual sun as well. Like, all these maps seem a little bit dark. At least from my memory. Could just be these lights, though. Oh, it's missing textures, maybe? Yeah. A couple missing textures. This is way more progress than I had on my own on my desktop when I initially tried this. So we're getting somewhere. Okay, this texture is missing on the ground. That's supposed to be like pavement or like asphalt, whatever. Okay. Yeah, it looks like asphalt texture is missing. Train texture is missing. Yeah, obviously the train textures are missing. Lights. Possibly trees are funky. Not quite sure. Obviously there's supposed to be snow on those trees. But it looks pretty decent. It's crazy to think like how small this map actually is compared to new games. Like, this is not very big. But when you have 32 players, or even 64, it gets freaking insane. Yeah. Alright, cam 5. What else is there? Prog 1? Prog. Okay. Wall texture seems to be missing. Clipping issues. Yeah, definitely asphalt. Okay. But at least, I'd say 90% of it is good. Alright, let's do Pro 2. Pro 2 I think was very popular. I played that a lot. CTF. Yeah. Looks pretty decent. So it seems like all the maps have the same issues basically. So it's not specific to like Jor, where like just the trees are screwed up or something. So definitely gotta work on lighting. Ground texture works in this map. What else can I try? I think it gave me a list. Oh, HK2. I think I played... Yeah, this one. Definitely played this one a lot. Yeah, some textures missing. Okay. So... let's see if there's anything else I want to look at. Let's do Barn. Barn was always elimination. Alright, just the... I guess just the walls are having an issue. This map was actually pretty fun as just elimination. Because it was always hard to like see people and you'd always have to walk around so there was no footsteps. And then you just like basically surprise each other and try and react fast enough to kill the other person. Alright, anything else? Let's do Call 2. I think that's a jungle map. Yeah. Oh boy. Okay. Well, you could say that that's not working, right? Okay, it's probably just a transparency issue, and these bushes or whatever are probably supposed to have some kind of wind animation, or they're supposed to be facing upright or something like that. You know, I don't think I ever played this map. I don't know. No, I did. It was just never popular. I remember this bridge here. Yeah, this map, I don't think anybody really played it. Okay, well, so I'm not really worried about this too much. Probably fix that later. Definitely want to work on like lights and whatever textures are missing. There's really not that many maps. Okay, this was a death match, and I guess infiltration maybe map. I forget what the game mode is for that. Demolition, that's what it is, yeah. Isn't this helicopter supposed to be in the air? I don't think it's supposed to be on the ground there, because that doesn't make any sense. I think it was always up in the air, like floating, and the rotors were moving, so it's supposed to be animated up there. Oh my god, this is trippy. Yeah, definitely some lighting issues on this map. Or transparency effects, I don't know. See, but then glass looks fine here. I assume that's glass. Oh, the skybox is like off. I don't know if it's an ordering issue or it needs to be blended together. I don't know what the problem is there with that. Okay, well, I'm gonna start making a list just to make my life easier so I remember everything. Now that should be about it. definitely make a plan. I don't think I'm gonna do the workspaces again. So, clear, and then we'll plan. I would really like to be able to spawn in and see if anything is working with that. I don't know how much it actually implemented. Alright, let's just see. Let's check out Claude first. I don't think it modified anything in here. Yeah, just the basic stuff, which is good. Plans. So this is the rendering gap analysis stuff. I guess it's not fully complete. Like, that's just ridiculous. I've been at this for, I don't know, 3 or 4 days now on this iteration of it. So I don't know. It's like, should I tell it all the things that are wrong and have it fix it, or should I have it just continue implementing missing stuff? I don't know. Debug logging. Yeah, like most of this is done. It's just this rendering one here. And then shouldn't there be like a main plan somewhere? Oh, this is in the project folder. Okay, so this is my original plan here. Like, it seems to have done basically everything. So, and then here is the rendering gaps that I've been working on. Believe it did everything in there, but then there's still gaps that it finds after it does all the stuff. Okay, it's missing a couple things here. Like, you can see things that are checked off, so it did basically everything. This should be mostly a fully functional game. Wow. Okay, rendering deep gap analysis. And I believe it did most of this stuff. And then another gap analysis. This is what I mean. I did this so many times. Continued. Rendering gaps continued. And then here's fixed Jor 1, which I guess it fixed most things in there. And then today, on the 16th, I did the CTF, game type stuff, visual polish, map compatibility, which, yeah, it didn't find any bugs. So my guess is it just took screenshots staring at a wall, even though it said that it was able to like describe the map accurately. So I don't really know. Wait, did it actually find? Okay, fixed patterns. Yeah, like it didn't find anything really, as far as I know. So now it's working on a new plan to fix all this stuff. Researching. And now it's using Sonnet to research instead of Haiku. So it should bring back a lot more detailed stuff. But it also takes a lot longer and burns more tokens. But if it's more accurate, definitely worth it. So now what I am going to do is figure out how to set the game mode to deathmatch and maybe try and spawn. Now unfortunately there's no HUD or really any UI that I could tell. So let me see. When you hit escape, nothing really happens. There's no console that comes down either. So it's definitely missing a few things. Yeah, let me see what the code is to set the game mode. Wow. Yeah, I think a pre-compiled header would help a little bit. This is ridiculous. That's definitely something I'm gonna do at the end. I'm gonna tell it, put all this junk in a pre-compiled header and just include that, because I mean, that's insanity. Like, you could never keep track of that on your own. That's crazy. Alright. Yeah, there's gonna be some things here that are gonna have to be fixed as well, because this is not gonna exist on anyone else's system, probably. Okay, game mode. Okay, name, FPS. The R underscores, those are just like local variables for the game. It's not server side stuff. It would all be like SV or something. SV map, speed, sensitivity, port. Okay, GC bars. G game type, possibly? Thing though, how do you spawn? Well, let's try drawer 1 and like CTF or something, I don't know. Okay. Oh! Okay. Wait. No, that's still there. That X is not supposed to be there. It's supposed to spawn a flag, so some of the game stuff isn't working. And I don't know how to spawn either. So not a whole lot I can really do right now. It implemented a whole bunch of things, but I still can't spawn yet. So what we need to do now is just wait for this to finish and then implement more rendering stuff and see what it can turn out. See if it can fix everything. And then once that's done, I'll have it just continue implementing planned stuff. I'm not sure what else it has to do because it seems to have implemented everything, but there's too many gaps. It's like it did all this stuff. HUD, yeah. Well, what about console? Okay. A lot of stuff still missing. Maybe I can just type like add bot or something in this console. But it doesn't seem to be doing anything. So yeah, just gonna keep working on rendering, get that fixed. Completely fixed, including all this shimmering window crap here. Yeah, so do that and then come back with another update, hopefully same day. It's 1:40 p.m. right now. Hopefully this doesn't take more than like an hour. And then I want to be able to get into a game soon and actually walk around and shoot things, whatnot. Test the really important things and get the HUD working and the gore and all that. Because this part right here seems to be taking the longest, and hopefully other stuff goes a little quicker, but we'll see. So, come back in an hour or two and give you another update. Okay, it's now 11 p.m. the same day, and I've been working on it again off and on all day. Mainly just the rendering stuff, like missing textures, fog being really weird, some glass like transparency issues, lights being weird with that like white box texture instead of actual lights. Just a ton of things, as you can see from my log here in Claude code. Yeah, it doesn't look like too much, but you know, it compacted a couple times too. So what we're gonna do now is give it another test. I did look at this and it seemed a lot better. So I don't know if these have lights working yet. They seem a little dark, so I'll have to look into that still. But for the most part, textures are pretty good. This ramp is fixed. Still an issue here with the helicopter. This is fixed here, this patio. Not sure what's going on with this. Some kind of blending issue maybe. I don't know. And then the fog down here. Still not quite right. But I think the skybox looks pretty good now. So yeah, a lot of things are fixed. I'm gonna go through all the maps. Drawer 1 is much better. So before, this here was just completely white, missing textures and stuff. And for some reason, this looks a little different from the original game. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. My memory's not working too well for that. Still a couple like clipping issues. Man, these textures just don't look right. I don't know if it's the lighting or what. Maybe using the wrong texture, or maybe it's just more detail. I don't know exactly. Like maybe they applied some dust filter to it, or I don't know. Because it looks a lot better than the actual game. I don't know. So yeah, this tree's looking good. The rooftops look pretty good. I think there's just Maybe some fog issues still. You know, I could definitely poke into that later. Maybe some shadows are acting a little funky. But for the most part, pretty good. Try cam 4 first. Okay, I think it was missing this texture down here, along with some of these boxes. So, this is looking pretty good. These panels look good too. I believe there was like a white texture square around them or something. Pretty good. All the lights have like a glow now. And that definitely looks better. Or at least a bit different. Depending on your point of view from the original game. So that's pretty good. Nothing too major. There's still some clipping issues, I think. That light looks pretty good though, which is good. Yeah. Oh, you know what? I think there might be an issue with that. Because this, I remember it said something that it fixed these, like flares is what they called them. And the flare is probably supposed to be inside this light. And it's below it slightly, so... yeah, I'll make a list, but I think I'm going to try and get some other stuff working. But I'll update the list as I go along, just so I know I don't forget anything. But it looks pretty good. Definitely liking this. More progress than I made on last time I tried it. Because before I could only get drawer 1 to load and it was not great. Do cam 5. Okay, we have a asphalt texture now. That's awesome. Okay, the train cars here are looking good as well. Possibly not. Wait, I think they're... I might have to look into that, because I think these are supposed to be different textures, and like I know some of these train cars are supposed to be like this red panel here, I believe. They're not all supposed to be this like boring color. Let me check the other side. Maybe it's just... okay, it's possible. I think this looks right on the side here. Maybe the colors are supposed to be a little different. I don't know. Again, the lights, not too major. I feel like it just has to move them up, like Z position a little bit more, and then they'll look perfect, basically. So not too bad. Do call 1. Yeah, I'm not really concerned about this map too much. Like, I don't think anyone ever played this one. But definitely later on, if I ever get this in like a releasable state. Just gonna ignore that one. Try Pro 2. Okay. Probably just light issues mainly. Yeah. Oh, that's one thing. Could definitely improve these bush textures or whatever. Like make it an actual bush or something instead of just a picture. Something to like optimize later on. Replace the asset or something like that. Eventually you could probably replace all the assets with modern stuff and just upgrade everything. It'd be amazing. So definitely clipping issues. I'll probably have to go through each one of these one by one, because this is an image that they put over top of this wall here, and depending on the angle of the camera it fades in and out when it should always be on top, obviously. Not too many issues here that I'm seeing. Mainly like things you have to polish, I would think. You know, we don't have any missing textures now, which is awesome, except for that helicopter, which is impossible. Might have to go in the actual original game and see if it's supposed to be white like that. I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be green, or it's supposed to have like glass panels that you can shoot out on the bottom. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not really game dev, so I don't know exactly how to describe things to Claude to make it fix it the first time. So kind of have to just guess and say like, oh yeah, it didn't work, didn't work, and then it finally fixes it. Need a map list. So I can't remember all of them, even though there's only maybe like 15 maps. Try Pro 1. Yeah, clipping issues. Ugh. Yeah, I on shop also had similar issue with this. I don't know what exactly is going on or how to fix that. Those lights look okay, but I don't know if it's really emitting light. See, the other ones are dynamic lights, I believe, and then these are part of like the BSP, where they just bake in the lighting. Just some clipping problems on this map, it seems. Could be other things, but is this the same skybox as shop? I don't know if that's right. It doesn't seem to fit, but it is all rendering correctly. So like the ordering or whatever seems right now. It doesn't look like a box, obviously. Not too bad. Alright, I have not tried Air 1. This was a really popular one as well. Okay, clipping issues. I believe these mesh platforms here can be improved with anti-aliasing. So it's not really a big deal. Same thing with these just like regular textures. I think they need to have some anti-aliasing because they don't look great from a distance. Okay, this looks pretty good. Not bad. Just lighting issues. Those are clipped pretty good. That's awesome. Oh, still some weirdness with the glass here, if you can see that. I don't know how to describe it. I don't know if it's in this game itself or what, but I know there's some weird texture, or maybe it's like not a texture, but if you look at it, everything that you see kind of lags through it. So like if your gun was here and you turned, you would see like a trace of the gun, like a trail basically, and it would kind of get stuck there. I don't know exactly what terminology that is for a game engine though. I don't know how to describe it to Claude to be able to fix that easily. So I just say it's shimmering. Well, I'm not really sure what that means exactly. Tunnel system here. Yeah, this map was really fun on Capture the Flag. I played it a lot. 64 players on this was just ridiculous. Nice. This bench is fixed. So it's not shimmering in the middle, it's like the edges here. Some type of clipping problem maybe? I don't know. See, same... Okay, it's a transparency bug, I think. Because you're supposed to be able to see through these little holes here. And instead of it being transparent, I think it's called like alpha transparency, maybe? That's what I saw Claude talking about when it was trying to fix this stuff. To make it be like, oh, the alpha transparency is not working on certain objects. I don't know. But yeah, you're supposed to be able to see through this, I guess. I don't know about the side here, but instead of it being this white, bright light texture thing. So, some minor things. Yeah, so that's looking good now. I believe that had a white square in front of it before. And for some reason, these textures don't look right. I don't know what it is. I don't think it's supposed to look like that, but it feels like it's using the wrong texture. I don't know. Okay, same thing here. These windows. Definitely some type of transparency bug. Lights clipping. But overall, not bad. All the maps load. No texture issues other than the transparency bugs and the clipping issues. Not bad. Alright, let's try Call 2. So I have not tried that one at all yet. Okay. Yeah, just some weird... I don't even know what the heck this is. Transparency bug. I wonder if I fix the transparency bugs on the other maps, if it'll just fix this. Possibly. Now, I think I played Call 2 back then, but it was not popular. I don't think anyone liked the jungle maps. And yeah, they're kind of just boring. There's not a whole lot going on. They're kind of big, I would say. Definitely not the best maps. Yeah, I'm not too worried about these weird transparency things at the moment. Alright. This will probably be the last one I look at, because I think we did basically all of them. Not bad. Just some clipping problems so far. Oh, nice. So Skybox is different. Looks pretty good. There's a line there, but I don't know what that's from. Can't really see like where the skybox ends or whatever. Like you can't see the actual box, which is good enough. That line might be there like present in the real game, I don't know. Yeah, not bad. No major problems, I guess. Alright, well, I believe I'm gonna end it here for part 2. Because again, this could end up being like a 6-hour video. And rendering seems to be pretty good. I'm gonna keep working on it, I guess. Maybe run some stuff overnight to see if I can get it to test things and fix things. And then I really want to get the UI system working. Like I said, where you start it up and you can select your character, and when you press escape here, it should give you a menu to exit the game and do different things. Options menu, stuff like that. But yeah, Claude said basically everything's implemented, except that most things don't really work. So I'm gonna have to look into that, get it to keep implementing stuff from the plan and fleshing it out more. So yeah, next video, probably just give some more status updates on the UI or spawning or who knows what. So if you played Soldier Fortune 2 back then and are interested in this type of thing, trying to get this remastered, definitely give me a subscribe, a like, comment. Let me know what you want to see. Maybe eventually I can actually play against some bots, have some real quality pathfinding and bot logic and all kinds of good modern stuff to make this game like way more up to date. And yeah, my goal is definitely to get this in a fully functional state with a new renderer, netcode, all that, and release it and be able to actually play this game with people again. Because right now there's not many servers, really not many players, because the master servers are down. And this could definitely give it a new life, because this is definitely my favorite game of all time, I would say. It's the one that I played the most back then, and it's so much fun. And it'd be cool to have some new players, make it more modern, and have some more fun with it once again. So yeah, end it here, and I'll see you in the next one.